see. Runner's good there. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
OKC ball. He throws it down.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Nothing going here on that drive. James Harden missed his first. That one goes. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He's a scorer and an elite passer.
Harden guarded by Robertson. Here comes the screen. Harden to Capella. Westbrook to Harden. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Harden just off the mark.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Paul against the former MVP. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Has a look. And he knocks it down. Jay, as key a move as you'll find in the NBA.
And it is the new age triple threat. It does 2 things. Number 1, he sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Paul. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
James Harden, 2 of 4 now.
Here's lesson number 1. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of break dance move they might hit you with.
Now Paul with the basketball. His team up by 7. Trying to cash in, add 2 points to the board.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that. Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Harden. Russell Westbrook matched up with Paul. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
He missed that shot on his own. The defense didn't do anything on that play to make him miss.
Short jumper off the mark. Harden in possession. His team down 9. To Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's now 5 for 6. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Russell Westbrook at the line for 2 shots. A career 81% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2. Paul into the front court. The lead stands at 9. Not that time.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket. You're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
The follow won't go either. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Lets it fly from long range. How's that for a start? 14 points in this first quarter as he knocks down the three.
And look, I know this requires great conditioning on the defensive part, but you have to start denying him the ball. Make him catch the ball further away from the basket.
Paul with it up top. The lead stands at 10. Nothing going here on that drive. Ferguson to Paul. Has a chance, and he buries it. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Harden guarded by CP3. Now pass taken away by the Thunder. Schroeder to Paul. Short jumper won't fall.
The defense has to find a way to become mentally present in this ball game. Another open look, the offense is picking them apart.
Kenneth Faried powers it down. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They look lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. Paul against Westbrook. Has a look. Paul shot off the mark. Harden into the front court. They find themselves down 10. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First one goes down. And he makes them both. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out. Another follow. No good. That'll get out. Last touch by Capella. Well, that one fly from half court. 1 quarter down in this deciding Game 7. Jay and I are back after this. It's the Western Conference Finals on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Rivers to bring it into the front court. Down 8. To P.J. Tucker. Austin Rivers. Good look that time, but off the mark.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
To Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Who's controlling the paint? The offense is controlling the paint right now. The defense needs to do a better job of making it more uncomfortable for those easy lays.
Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Schroeder, defended by Rivers. Steven Adams with the slam.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Schroeder. Paul to Schroeder. the foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Dennis Schroeder at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throw up and good as they open things up to a 13-point lead. Harden guarded by Schroeder. Couldn't keep it in. Off James Harden. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. He wants it at the rim and scores.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
D'Antoni going to make some moves and set his matchups. Danilo Gallinari swats it. And they retain the possession. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer. What about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Westbrook to Harden. Here comes the screen. Harden to Capella. Shot from the lane won't go. Gilgeous-Alexander to Adams. Had a chance, but it's no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Harden in possession. His guys down big. Trying to cash in. James Harden. 4 out of 10.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level? But that jumper's wet, too.
It's Harden. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
And counted at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Harden with it up top. Down a bundle. 4-3. And it's rebounded by Adams. Yes, and the foul. And a chance.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Our opening tip won by the Thunder as we get started in OKC. Driving, but he can't connect.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Harden against the elite defender Robertson. Here's a chance from long range. His first effort off the mark. Oklahoma City ball. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. Nothing's going to stop him in pursuit of the basketball. Over the line. Backcourt violation. Paul to Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Rockets have the rebound. Harden with the basketball. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Has a chance. Harden shot, no good. Paul across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Has a look. Not today.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Two-point shot for James Harden. The rebound comes down to Paul. To Adams. Rises for the slam. Jay, I'm surprised. He had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Thunder with the basketball. A pass taken away by the Rockets. Whistle for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Russell Westbrook has got 2 shots coming. A career 81% free throw shooting. First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Paul into the front court. He'll run the offense. Adams. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
Harden. Textbook defense. Gilgeous-Alexander. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. To P.J. Tucker. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Adams, guarded by Clint Capella. To Paul. Here comes the screen. Here's got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Changes coming from both sides right now. The Thunder down to 4 in the shot clock. Gilgeous-Alexander, keep an eye on this guy. Slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To P.J. Tucker. Russell Westbrook against Schroeder. To Capella. Danilo Gallinari pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook missed his first. That one goes. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate or not hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
It's Russ at the controls. To Capella.
Coño, pero baja, Capella, no te quedes arriba.
Down to 5 on the 24. Free throws coming up.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Russell Westbrook, a couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. First free throw is good. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Down a point. Nice pass to set things up.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? To Gerald Green. And he finishes at the rim.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Ferguson here against Green. Schroeder. Patterson a shot. No. To Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 3 for 4. Good start. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Russell Westbrook against Schroeder. To Rivers. Now pass taken away by the Thunder. Big finish at the rim. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Footer at the buzzer. 1 quarter down in this deciding Game 7. Jay and I return in a moment. This is the Western Conference Finals on EA Sports. Time to turn the page after a close first quarter. Jay, what stood out?
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
It's a 1-point game as we get rolling once again here in the second quarter. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
And he connects on the first free throw. Two for 2 on that trip. Sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Harden in possession. Up by 3. Kenneth Faried powers it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
The Thunder have the possession. Paul matched up with Harden. He buries it, creating space with the step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Westbrook. Now Paul with the basketball. We're a minute into the second quarter. He gets it.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Harden picked up by Paul. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
It's Paul for 2. Not that time.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Oklahoma City's got it. To Paul. Schroeder against Westbrook. Can't connect.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Time to shuffle things up. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Paul. Gerald Green tips it. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. Russell Westbrook against Schroeder. To Harden. Trying to cash in with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Schroeder. Harden into the front court. Leads 5. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
To Schroeder. To Paul. Drive here, but the shot stays out. Westbrook across the timeline. It's an 8-point lead. Harden to the basket, but a shot stays out. Going to launch beyond the arc. Working hard on the glass. Capella to Harden. Knocks it down off the step back.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want.
Substitution being made in this one. Paul picked up by Westbrook. Harden in possession. Lead stands at 10. Fires the 3. That won't go. To Paul. Gets it in the right corner. Gilgeous-Alexander. To Adams. Can't connect from inside. Harden with it up top. His team leads it by 10. And the reward is going to the line.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
James Harden at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. And hits the first free throw. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. To Adams. Won't go. Harden with the basketball. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Add 2 points to the board.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
Chance for Chris Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. Ooh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Harden picked up by Robertson. Westbrook to Harden. Beyond the arc for 3. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Can't get past the defender. From the painted area, won't go down. Gilgeous-Alexander to Adams. Gilgeous-Alexander from the painted area. Straight on 3. At the buzzer, we are at halftime in Game 7. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Westbrook, deep left corner. To Westbrook. Harden. Great defense, forcing the miss.
He had such a great first half, but obvious adjustments were made defensively to shut him down, and now he's really starting to struggle.
Harden in possession. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Fires the 3, not that time. To Gilgeous-Alexander. It's in the hands of James Harden to Capella. Shot from the lane won't go. Sizing up the defense. Count the basket inside.
All right, you got the first bucket of the second half. Now get a stop, because honestly, that's where your troubles were in the first.
Great defense there, forcing the pickup. For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Count it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
James Harden fires for 2, and the rebound comes to OKC. Driving right to the basket. Oh, emphatic slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Harden picked up by Robertson. To P.J. Tucker, down low for Aldridge. And he'll head to the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Russell Westbrook has got 2 shots coming, shooting 75% so far tonight. Notched down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. It down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ballgame.
Danilo Gallinari with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Thunder with the basketball. Ferguson takes on Eric Gordon. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Steven Adams. A couple of free throws on the way. 56% for his career. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Gordon with it. His team on top by 8. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Russell Westbrook trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's been steady, 83% at the line. The free throw, good. And they add one more to the lead. It's up to 11. To Schroeder. Robertson sizing up Eric Gordon. Oh, he had him there for a second. Westbrook with it. The lead is 11. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's now 5 for 6.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Westbrook to the basket, but his shot won't fall.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Wide open look, won't go. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
See, these are the type of opportunities the defense doesn't take advantage of. When that guy went up for that dunk, he cradled the ball to gain momentum. As soon as he brings that ball back to you in the cradle, you have to have active hands get in there, strip that ball away.
Russell Westbrook, here again Schroeder. To P.J. Tucker. 5 on the shot clock. Westbrook to P.J. Tucker. Good, off a spin.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
OKC ball. Here comes the screen. Has a chance. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collected. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as the coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Westbrook to Harden. Westbrook to Harden. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Ferguson guarded by Clint Capella. OKC now with 4 to shoot. From long range. Off the mark. Harden into the front court. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. To Westbrook. Harden. Tough shot. He hits.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Schroeder, Harden's on him. And a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Schroeder. Shot clock winding down. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. 3 quarters down and the Rockets way out in front. The Thunder have it to start the fourth quarter, and they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ballgame, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Russell Westbrook, picked up by Paul. Down to Fareed. Not done yet. Fareed. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Can it, Fareed. Sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Austin Rivers. Missed a wide open look. Oh, had him going there for a second. Swings it. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal. Rockets come up with it.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Russell Westbrook powers it through. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Paul into the front court. Trailing by 14. A pass taken away by the Rockets.
Don't play scared now. Let's push the ball. Let's get this lead up.
To Westbrook. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Off the iron. It came out. Paul with it up top. 14-point deficit. Trying to take it all the way, but it's no good.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Adams to Paul. Oh, nice find for the basket. Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. Westbrook to Harden. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out. Short jumper won't go down. Harden in possession. Lead is 12. Lets it fly from long and a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Here's Schroeder with it. Looking to make something happen. Nader here against Harden. Schroeder. To Adams. It's Westbrook with the rebound. Harden with it up top. His guys leading by 14. Drives, but a shot won't go down.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Robertson matched up with Harden. Oh, they call him for the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Billy Donovan will switch a few things around. Gilgeous Alexander. In a flash, scores at the rim.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Russell Westbrook matched up with Paul. To Fareed. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Paul across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Down to Adams. Steven Adams with the slam.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at the line. First one goes down. So he hits the first, misses the second. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Gilgeous-Alexander. To Paul. Knocks it down off the step back.
Ooh, is there a medic in the house? You need to get those ankles retaped ASAP.
Westbrook to Harden. 4-3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. From the painted area, won't go down. Paul into the front court. The deficit now up to 12. Great pass to set it up. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
And that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
And James Harden, not sure why he was so wide open there.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force a defense to collapse to kick out for guess what?
Mira a ver si se te sirve.
No, no, eso no me sirve.
Sube ahí con una vez. No lo muevas.
Another one.
Won't go down. Gilgeous-Alexander. To Paul. Yes! And a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
And the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Now Paul with the basketball. His guys down by 9. Took it down the lane, but it's no good.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Harden. And Adams able to clear the board. To Paul. Great feed.
That easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some...
Robertson. Has a look. Deep three at the buzzer. How about that? A three at the buzzer. That's going to bring some icy stares from the other bench. This one is now all over. Our opening tip won by the Thunder as we get... Shot for James Harden, and he hits.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Now Adams down low. Capella rejects it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Harden can't get the bounce. Paul into the front court. Down just a couple to Adams. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Russell Westbrook picked up by Paul. Steven Adams with the piece.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Deep left corner. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To the basket is Harden, but his shot's no good. Robertson against the former MVP. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
Russ at the controls. Over to the right side. Harden defended by Robertson. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Paul with it up top. They trail by 1. Tucker with the rebound. Harden. Another chance. Westbrook to Harden. James Harden, 4 out of 10.
Old school equals high percentage.
Paul across the timeline. Down 3. The screen sets him up for 2.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll talk things over in a 1-point basketball game. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Westbrook to Harden. A lot of contact, no whistle.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Paul, here against Green. Here comes the screen. The Thunder down to 4 in the shot clock. Off the assist.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
To Harden. Andre Robertson. Blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Rockets with 4 to shoot. James Harden. He's looking for that touch.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending. Harden picked up by Robertson. Here comes the screen. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. 1 quarter down in this deciding Game 7. Jay and I are back after this. It's the Western Conference Finals on EA Sports. Jay, 1 quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast. And the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the 2nd quarter. Westbrook to Harden. And the rebound pulled down by Adams. Ooh, Chris Paul, 4 out of 7.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Russell Westbrook at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
Gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Paul into the front court. Leads just a point. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
To Harden. Curling inside. On the drive, it's Harden, but a shot no good. Here's a chance from long range, and James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
Here comes the screen. Chance for Paul. It's Harden with the rebound. Houston with the basketball to Westbrook. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Russell Westbrook at the line for 2 shots. He's struggled so far. First try, no good. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Now a whistle. And we're going to get a timeout from OKC as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Fast pace. Mike D'Antoni giving his guys a breather. Here's CP3. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. Nothing going here on that drive. Robertson against Clint Capella. And a putback slam.
And I got a chance to hear a lot of the conversation at the bench. And one of the things they called out was owning the backboards. Looks like the message is really getting through.
Harden shoots. And Patterson grabs the rebound. Now Paul with the basketball. Down by 1. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Man, that was a tough shot.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Off the mark. Harden with the basketball. 2-point advantage. Westbrook to Harden. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Tough shot, and nearly a chance at a 3-point play. No foul. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team as CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
And the basket good at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Harden picked up by Robertson. To Gerald Green. No good. Clint Capella snatching it out of the air. Going the other way. Harden has it up the floor. All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Billy Donovan making some moves at this point in the game. Schroeder against Westbrook. Smothered and still gets it to go down.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Gerald Green. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Harden, he's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Finish that. To Gerald Green. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
First free throw is good. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Schroeder with the basketball. Down 2. Nothing going here on that drive. Schroeder. And that's going to get out of bounds off of Harden. This for the time. It's good at the buzzer. And as a result, this game is all even halfway through. We are at halftime in Game 7. Let's get you to Orlando.
Back to Ed and Jay.
All even to the first half of play as we get rolling once again here in the third quarter. Westbrook to Harden. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't connect. It's no good. And he's going to the free throw line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Harden picked up by Robertson. To Capella. And the finish. Slam dunk.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head him.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Adams. Gilgeous-Alexander. They get it down to Paul. It was right there. It's in the hands of Harden. Deep 2 there. Won't go. To Paul. OKC now with 4 to shoot. DJ Tucker swats it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Harden. Tough shot. Well defended. Robertson picked up by Westbrook. To Paul. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. Oh, Russell Westbrook. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook to Harden. Nice pass to set things up. Westbrook. Oh, he was wide open. And it's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Probing the defense. Clint Capella pins it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
The Thunder down to 4 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Off the mark. No good. To Westbrook. The rebound belongs to Oklahoma City. Count the basket at the rim.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Harden in possession. Lead is 2. Jumper's good. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Harden guarded by Robertson. Second effort. Capella to Harden. Deep left corner. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Eric Gordon. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Oklahoma City ball. The drive, right to the basket. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Westbrook with the basketball. His guys now down by a point. Cleans it up. The drive by Westbrook, but his shot stays out. To Adams. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
The crossover, gets inside, and the slam dunk.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Proud City.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Harden to Westbrook. Beyond the arc for 3. And Russell Westbrook, he can turn a game in an instant. Hits the 3 on the quick release. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body 1 possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Schroeder picked up by Westbrook. Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket. Down the lane to lay it in.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Harden picked up by Robertson. Here comes the screen. Harden. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
The drive, right to the basket. That's the end of the third quarter. Thunder with the lead. The Thunder have it to start the fourth quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
Short jumper off the mark.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Rivers here against Abdul Nader. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
P.J. Tucker trying to cash in on a 3-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. Thunder with the basketball. Schroeder to Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. His guys now trailing by a point. To Adams. You've got to get that one to go. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as a difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
Oh, he had him there for a second. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender up.
Gordon against the elite defender, Robertson. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Eric Gordon has got 2 shots coming. A career 81% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. The Thunder have the possession. Got it.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Harden into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Layup goes down. Well done.
Look at that. Calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Robertson. Harden's on him. To Adams. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. Billy Donovan going to change it up. Harden guarded by Robertson. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Harden. Shot clock violation. Paul to Gilgeous-Alexander. Wide open look, won't go. To Harden. Fires the 3. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Paul into the front court. His guys down 3. To Gilgeous-Alexander. It's Paul for 2. Add 2 points to the board. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Perfect feed to set up the basket. Oklahoma City's got it. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Harden. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. To Gilgeous-Alexander. No, I missed a short one there. Harden. Now that's a contest.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Paul against Harden. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander. For three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
And count the basket.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot in.
To Capella. Harden picked up by Robertson. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. The Thunder will use a timeout. It's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more chance to stop the clock before the buzzer sounds. Paul to Gilgeous-Alexander. It goes down. Oh, he's feeling good. Maybe too good. Now the Rockets will use a timeout. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a two-possession game. That right there, Jay, his 8th three of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his foul through.
And they called a foul. That's a breeze there, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Good victory here for the Thunder. They are champions of the Western Conference. They're on their way to the NBA Finals. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire...